Hello everybody, my name is Horizon and welcome back to another deck profile. Today we actually have my friend's salad build. He wanted to try this out because I kind of wanted to put this onto my channel for the variant because his is the Axis Kotaku build. Mine's a more pure, so enough for me and let him explain why he plays his cards.
All right. Well, for starters, we're gonna go ahead and start with the field center for Wolf, the one Gazelle. No need for explanation of why. Hopefully he'll come back off the list, but I mean, for now we'll just do one.
Yeah, if he can come back, he can come back.
3 Foxy. No need for explanation of why 3 Foxy.
Good mill, good digging.
2 Jaguar.
Good recovery.
2 Mirror. And one of the reasons why I run Mirror is I was actually told by a good friend of mine to run him just because of the fact that he is an extender. So if he's when you search him and you add him to your hand, you can actually special summon him. Or if you have another salad card in your hand, you can pitch for cost and then special summon him. So it's just an extender, especially for my build for the Axis Code engine, just to get more bodies on board. 2 Spinny, obviously more extenders. The 1 Mole, the 1 Falco, and the 1 Foul.
All right, a lot of people do not run Mole. Why do you run Mole?
The reason why I run Mole is, again, I was also told by a good friend of mine just to run it, but just the fact that if my board does get broken apart and I don't have any more recoveries, I don't have any more monsters, if he's engraved, it's just a +2 advantage. Plus, it baits out some negates. The reason, another reason is for an extender, because if I have a link monster or if I have Sunlight Wolf in the extra monster zone, I could actually special summon him to a zone and so trigger off to Wolf. So it just more extenders. Falco, really, really good. Thinking about bumping him to 2, but for now, just play testing it for 1. Just the fact that, another extender. Everybody sleeps on Foul just because of the fact that, no one really we're Yu-Gi-Oh players, so don't really read our cards, but another extender as well for whenever a salad monster is, I believe it's special summon or normal summon to your field.
Yeah.
You can bring them out, and you can pitch salad cards from your hand to stun your opponent's back row.
That's not once per turn.
So you can, if your hand is just stacked with, salad cards, you can activate its effect not once per turn and just stun your opponent's back row, forcing out activations or problematic cards that they have. The 3 honorary salad cards.
Flame Buffalo, the free draw.
2 more extenders. Mathematics Retraction. Again, another extender. What he does is target a monster my opponent controls, make them lose 1,000 attack, and then special summon him. So level 4 fire monster, cyber monster. So another reason, for me for extenders, just to go into my Axis Code engine.
Also, if you want to play, you can also play Addition because of the exact same effect. It just boosts the monsters instead.
And then the 3 Parallel Exceed. No reason of why not to run those.
Rank 4 engine, really good.
Now onto the hand traps. 3 Ash. And the reason, a lot of people play 2, but I play 3 only because it's recyclable, because Ash is a fire monster. So if a monster is summoned into Wolf's Zone, I can actually get back the Ash, just to keep recurring her and keep, stopping my opponent from playing it.
Typically what the deck does.
2 Starlight Crows. With the meta how it is right now, with Ben 10, with Outletch, some of them pitching for cost. Just Crow is a good interruption for that type of deck, or especially if for dinos when they want to activate Misk, on the resolution, just chain this so they don't get the special summon, but they do get the protection. On to the spells. Double Signet Mining. I don't play 3 just because it can get bricky if I run 3. So 2 for me it's a good lineup for me. The 2 Wills. No need for explanation of why. Some people run 1.
Really good card.
Just because of the fact that it is, you can dump it with Gazelle, but just because of the fact that with Droplet, Imperms, Veilers, or if your Gazelle gets stopped, you would want to see this in your hand if you can't dump it from the grave. Onto the 1 ofs, the 1 Field Spell, the 1 Harpies, and then the 1 Circle. Harpies right now, with a lot of decks becoming sort of slow and just some back row heavy decks with Outletch, With I mean, Geist is not even in the format, but I mean, just some backroad heavy decks.
Dogmatica, Eldritch, Zoo, Eldritch, Dogmatica, Eldritch, Zoo, Invoked.
You just want to get rid of those problematic cards, and you just love to see it. Onto the traps, 3 roar, and 2 rage. Some people play different variations of it. I mean, this is just working for me. So this is just the deck count that I like, for the trap cards.
Well, you can't see Gazelle, so you want to see Roar.
2 imperms. Okay. No need for an expedition. Why not to run these? And then the 1-ofs. 1 Gravediggers, and then 1 Gift. The reason why I run Gravediggers is just for the Trap Tricks Rafflesia that I have in my deck. So in case if I want to go first, make the Trap Tricks, and then just have this in the waits for Nibiru, or just Misk, or any monster that activates in the hand. And then the Gift as well. It's really, really good in situations where if I open this and then let's say I don't have any other extenders, I make the Bailings, I relink it, so then I activate it, I pitch a card for Salamangreat card for cost, and then just +2.
Allows you to draw 2 cards.
Now onto the extra deck. Obviously 3 Bay, 2 Wolf, 2 Yugioh. I'm actually thinking of possibly cutting 1, if not both.
That's kind
of. Well, I mean, I would cut 1 for Hida, just because of the fact that Ash still is. I mean, it's being mained in every deck. So if I do get Ash, I can actually summon Hida, bring out the Ash, and it's just another extender for the Access Code Talker. 2 Pyro Phoenixes. Really, really good card. It's just a complete board wipe. And if you have Jack Jaguar in your graveyard, you can actually just keep recycling. So you relink, board wipe, Jack Jaguar, shuffle it back into the extra deck, special summon Jack Jaguar, and so you have another board wipe for the next turn. Down to the 1-ofs, the 1 Lingeribo. Really, really good card. It's really a sleeper right now. People don't really run it, but it's really, really good for any trap based decks, for...
I'll also stop Virtual World in their Chi-Chi.
Yep, so it's just, negate pop. Then the Access Code Engine.
I love to see it.
And then for the Gravedigger's Trap Hole, the Trap Tricks Rafflesia.
Yeah, that's your Access Code Talker target. Or Paralysis target.
Yes. And now on to the side deck. 2 D-Bears. I was running 3, but I actually took 1 out just because it can't get Brick It in, because it is a once per turn. But I mean, there's no brainer why you shouldn't run this. I mean, with your Goon, Eggsy, Zeus, you basically just call that, and they can't really do anything. Another good card, Goes a Match. Really, really good for any decks that's just different archetypes or attributes. With my deck, it's just mostly fire, except for the Access Code Engine. But if I do end up having this, I'm just basically punching, and that's why another reason why I run Pyro Phoenix, because of the fact that if I have Goes a Match on field, I can still go into my Pyro Phoenix and just nuke their board. Whereas they're gonna have a hard time outing this card if they have monsters with different attributes.
I think also popped it with Foxy.
Double summon limit. No need for an explanation of why not to run this. Triple Cyclone.
Alright, why not this over Twin Twister?
The reason why I prefer Cyclone is because since I'm running the 2 Rage and deck, I mean, it's just basically like a Twin Twisters because I'm always ending it on Wolf. And for problematic cards, Mystic Mine, or the Chuche for Virtual World, Lost World for Dinos, just problematic cards. I don't want them to get recycled, so I just rather prefer it for it to be banished. And plus, since my deck is a typical Go Second OTK with the Access Code Engine, I just rather get rid of the problematic cards and just punch for game. Double Nibiru. The only 2 cards I have left that aren't max rarity in this deck, unfortunately. They're okay. I mean, in this format, it's not really doing too much. But I mean, it's still a really really good card if you happen to open it and your monster's just your opponent just overextending. So that's why I have in the deck. And one order, Sky Striker, they just die. Virtual World, sometimes it hits them really really bad, but just for spell heavy decks, you just love to see this one. And then I'm running two of these Warning Points. I just don't have the other one, but Warning Point, it's a really really good card in this format just because of the fact that it's non-target, so it just negates the effects, and they can't be used for link material, for fusion, for synchro, XYZ. So when they normal summon, depending on the deck, you just activate it, and it just basically just stops their play. And so I'm running the two of, but like I said, I don't have the second one.
Alrighty then. Hope you guys liked that video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.